Hola, Sai here, wisdom of the way, on a cold, very cold winter's day. Just having a break in the rain. It's been freezing, snowing a few days ago, and now having a look at the holes in the roof where it's dropping. Yeah, cold here alone, and conditions are challenging. But I'm great. I'm great. And I realize I'm great because I'm feeling great inside. It's an inner experience. Yes, outside it's not the ideal conditions. Hands are freezing. There's, I don't know if you can see the vapor in the air, the humidity. Yeah, there's cold in the bones, and being here alone, and there's some challenges with it all. But what I realize is really that our experience is passing through our inner lens, our inner world, and that's our state of awareness, our state of consciousness. And as you may know, that I've had some challenges recently, and things haven't been necessarily easy. And there's been sunshine outside, but in those moments, because of other things I've shared, the challenges, the inner world has been gloomy or dark. And so this is kind of like the contrast of like the outside being wet and gloomy and dark and challenging, but the inner experience in this moment, which we know will change, is vibrant and light. And that's what I wanted to share about today, because it's just such a powerful reminder to myself, firstly, that everything that we're experiencing is passing through our state of awareness, our state of consciousness. And so, whilst outwardly, there may be external conditions, firstly, that we don't control and maybe can't influence, and they are what they are. But what we can influence is our inner environment, our personal culture, our practice, our awareness, and what we're doing to be able to live this moment, this external moment, the situation of life, whatever we're meeting. And it's such a powerful reminder. I've spoken to it before, and I think there's various ways to be able to remember this and connect with this, but it's fundamental, because what we are doing with ourselves is really, and the awareness that we're practicing and creating is really shaping our experience of life. And then we're less dependent upon what's happening outside. So when we're in a state like that, for me, it's feeling more connected, feeling more peaceful, feeling present, definitely. These experiences and these words or indicators really allow me to meet the moment as it is. So if it's raining, if there's snow, if I'm, drenched to the bone, which is how the situation was yesterday, and there is a possibility of being able to, if not enjoy it, simply accept it and be with it and appreciate it for what it is, including the challenge. And I think that's a key indicator, where we're able to appreciate the challenge that we're meeting in life. And we know that it's not always easy or all roses. But that's part of life, and there's nothing to avoid. And I think that's the thing, when things are gloomy, when things are challenging, when they are hard, the there can be a tendency, especially of our mind, to want to avoid. Yeah, so the practice is great for this. Yeah, it's really helpful. Even the mate straw is frozen. Yeah. So how do we do this, or how do I do this? Is to remind and to remember and to be able to have useful ways of returning to center, to returning to this moment, to be able to deepen in presence, acceptance of this moment. And the practice is like that. You know, we practice so that we may live. So in our practice, what we're doing, many practices, any type of practice, really, we're observing ourselves, and in that observation, we're increasing our ability to accept. And so, yeah, meditation, for example. In our practice of meditation, we're observing the mind, and then we're accepting what is, the situation that we're meeting, the experience of life that we're having. And from there, we're able to have a greater ability to adapt. And this is really powerful. This is really powerful. It's not about looking for the ideal situation. Okay, there's pain in this moment, or there's I'm experiencing this challenge and I want to get out of it. How do I escape? And, for example, find some sunshine or whatever it might be. It's not bad to change our circumstances when that's available, but more interesting and more importantly is from where. Why am I needing to change my circumstances? So if I'm not able to accept that, okay, in this moment I'm alone and there's challenges with that, then that is going to follow me, that's going to challenge me in many other different places and moments. It's not going to just disappear because I change my outside circumstances. Sometimes changing the outside circumstances, excuse me, it's drips in the roof and in the body. Yeah. Sometimes changing the outside circumstances may help, but if I don't bring to that a level of awareness, well, then it's not going to have a deeper shift inside. What I mean by that is that it's going to continue to come. It's going to continue to be a challenge in another moment, dressed in different clothes, in a different experience, but the experience will somehow have some similarities, have some similar fragrances, and that's why it's so important for us to learn to be able to understand this intimately and create the intercept, create things that are, sometimes it's as simple as just understanding what is it that's helping me in this moment connect with myself on a deeper level. Slowing down, maybe it is, to be a bit more in my body, in this moment, in this breath. Whatever you find is beneficial for you, it doesn't have to be a big thing, doesn't have to be a long thing. It's important that it's accessible and possible. Maybe there's this very limited personal time in the day between work and family and other obligations. So how can I be able to tune into this moment, just for a moment, just for a breath, just for a few little gazes of the eye, and see and recognize and reaffirm and remember. And in some ways it's like really remembering who we are beyond everything that's happening and the story and the situation and, you know, what's not working out for me or what's happening to me, or to really be able to understand and live it on a different level. Yeah. So for me, right in this moment, the rain has stopped and I can hear the birds. it's beautiful. Or I can see the plants glistening, you know, see this life coming out, the salamanders, the little snails or slugs, you know, super happy in the glory. Now it sounds like a little thing, but those small moments of observation, which requires me to slow down and go, okay, stop. Like, I mean, I might have a lot of things that I'm wanting to do today, or in my mind, or that I'm thinking about, or that are maybe even overwhelming me. But they're like these micro moments in the day of being able to appreciate, to see and appreciate. So we're observing and we're accepting this moment. We're accepting what's arising, the experience. And maybe in that we can be able to increase our ability to be grateful for something, the small things. This has an incredible impact. It has a huge possibility of shift. They're like sometimes small orientations. Reorientating, it's like just changing the direction a bit. That small moment might allow something else to open, might just turn the challenge of today down a bit, or the intensity of the thoughts or the preoccupations or the wanting or desire to avoid this moment, or might even turn the coldness down a little bit. You know, if I'm able to appreciate what I'm seeing, then yeah, whilst I may still be feeling cold, probably it's incredibly interlinked also with my mind and my emotions. And the more energy that I focus and give to that challenging circumstance or that coldness or the situation I don't want to be in, but I'm in, the more negative attention and talk that I give that, the greater it becomes. It's like feeding that fire. So maybe that's part of the question, is what's the fire that you're wanting to feed? What are you stoking in this moment in your awareness? What are you really nourishing in your thoughts, in your words, especially your words to yourself? And in the small things, because I feel it's so easy to focus on the bigger moments or challenges of life or activities, but it's really built and created, and our baseline and also our consciousness and unconsciousness is developed in the small moments, in the small things. Small shifts make fundamental changes to the length and the projection or the direction of our camino of life, of our experience of life. So, feeling cold, appreciating a mate, and finding gratitude for the things that are always there, that sometimes I'm not able to see. Yeah, maybe it's hard to be grateful for the holes in the roof. That's okay. It's not to fight with. But simultaneously, there's a lot of life happening, and fundamentally, this whole experience of life is a great gift. It's a blessing that we are here. So how am I going to dance with that? How am I going to interact with that today? Sending many blessings in the cold airs, and hope this finds you warm in the heart.